Hey, hello, and welcome. You're listening to the Evolvepreneur Secrets Show for entrepreneurs, and I'm your host, Brian Silverthorne. And it's my mission to help entrepreneurs make a difference and to get through the messy worlds of startup and growth or relaunch. And today we're going to dig deep with our guest and get you some great concepts and strategies to fast track your business. And our special guest today is Enoch Leffingwell, and Enoch is an international speaker, best-selling author, and a business advisor. Welcome to the show, Enoch.
Thank you so much, Brian. I'm such a blessing to be here, to be able to serve your audience here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Good. I'm looking forward to the conversation. So, where are you hanging out today?
Currently, I'm in Lewiston, Idaho. This is where I call home.
Oh, okay. That's a nice part of the world. So, I'm in Northern California, so not too far away, but I have some buddies up that way. That's very nice. So why don't we start? You're a best-selling author. Why don't you tell us about maybe your latest book and who's the reader that you want to reach with it?
Certainly. So I recently published a best-selling book called I Want a Mentor, Now What Do I Do? And this book is designed to help entrepreneurs, especially speakers, authors, coaches, and other high-level entrepreneurs, how to meet master mentors, how to maximize their mentorships, whether it's from a course, a seminar, a coaching program, or a mastermind, and then also how to master any skill in half the time by having the right mentor to shorten the learning curve. And I help entrepreneurs to get really clear on their messaging so that they can create a signature speech that they could use on again and again, and without losing its power of persuasion. And this book, I'm excited to talk about mentorship because I don't really believe in shortcuts. But if there was one shortcut to success, I would say it'd be having a mentor, because that's one of the fastest ways to get to pretty much anything that we want in life.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I was along with being a business and sales coach, I was also an athletic coach. You know, you can't go it alone. You got to have somebody that can keep you headed in the right direction in the right way. So I agree with you there. So what was it that inspired you to write this particular book?
Yeah, one thing that I found is that there's so many entrepreneurs who are investing in coaching programs or mentorships, or they want to get to a next level, and they either don't know how to get there, or after they've joined something, they've invested their time, energy, and money, but they don't really know how to maximize these mentorships, or they don't really know how to find the right mentor for them. So what I wanted to do is, as I look back in my past, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 10 years old and fascinated with digital marketing since I was 12. So over the years, I've had about 15 failed business attempts, but the 16th finally was able to take off and become a six-figure family business, generating passive residual income. And when I look back at those first 15, and then the 16th, it wasn't the last, but that was the first successful business. When I look at what was a major difference between those learning experiences and the winning experience, was having a business mentor. When I realized that was one of the greatest catalysts that took my business to the next level and made the greatest difference, I just got really excited. And I'm super passionate about helping people to connect them with the mentors that fits their goal and their desires. Because when I look back at almost every major accomplishment, every major meaningful movement of progress in my life, there's always been some sort of mentor involved with those defining moments of my life.
So, in addition to being an author, you're also a business advisor. Is that the area in which you advise people on finding the right mentor and using them well?
Definitely. Finding a right mentor is certainly something that I advise people in, to help them to solve their business problems, for sure.
So when you got into your business, what was the biggest challenge you faced in getting started?
I'd say one of the biggest challenges that most entrepreneurs struggle with, including myself, is not realizing what business we're actually in. Like, for example, let's say you're an author who writes books. Most authors make the mistake of not realizing what business they're in. They think that you're in the business of writing books. But if you're an author, you are not in the business of writing books. You're in the business of marketing books. So whatever the product is, you're not in the business of doing your products. You're in the business of marketing your product, because without marketing, nobody's going to know that you exist. You can have the best products in the world, but if people don't know that you exist, then it won't even, then it's not going to be able to help anyone.
So it's helping them overcome the marketing challenges, making people aware of who they are and what they have to offer.
Most definitely. And a lot of business, I find, is less about, a lot of times when we're stuck, the first thing that we want to look for is the tactics and steps. We're always looking for, just tell me what to do. It's like, don't worry about like the mind, or don't worry about like, I don't want to hear stories. I just want the meat. Tell me exactly what to do. But the challenge with that is we can know exactly what to do, but if we have not become the person who can do the thing, then we will not do the activity consistently. So we have to first become the person, accept the identity. For instance, marketing. I can know as an entrepreneur, I need to do marketing, but I'll never consistently do marketing until I become and identify as I am a marketer who does marketing. And when we have marketing, we'll be able to have that impact and the increase of our business.
Yeah, excellent advice. So who is your ideal client, and how do they find you?
The people that I love serving is authors, coaches, speakers. I've been a professional speaker for about 10 years now, and I am extremely passionate about helping mission-driven messengers to be able to get their message out to the masses, because I realize that the world is in a lot of darkness and is in great need of people who have solutions. And one of the best ways that people can find me is through my book at iwantamentorbook.com. And as you read the book, you can hear some of my stories. You can hear some of the experiences, and people are looking for mentorship. There's a lot of strategies, even those who have already invested in programs or coaching or attended events, that this will teach people how to get the very best out of those and to maximize those experiences so that they could actually make their investment and turn it into income.
Great. Yeah. So you mentioned, people have to be able to market. So what's the best method of client or customer attraction that's working for you right now?
I find one of the best ways to acquire clients is really writing a book and going on speaking engagements and being able to serve people, help people with the book. There's a lot of value in having a tangible physical book that people are able to read. And they say that CEOs read on average about 52 books a week. So in serving entrepreneurs, having a book gives an opportunity to be able to help serve entrepreneurs. And there's just a lot of great opportunities for having a books. And then being able to share with people, hearing your story, they resonate with you, they spend a few hours learning from you. And from there, people want to engage, and they're like, this is so good. I wonder what else that he has. And they go on my YouTube, and they go to my website, EnochLeffingwell.com, and they start finding more content, digging deep, and then just being able to build that relationship.
Great. So your books are not only a method for creating a legacy and passing on good information, but they're also a lead generation tool then.
Most definitely.
Okay. And for people that may not have the author skill set, I know there are some folks that'll write books for you if you need it, but what would you consider a good a client acquisition strategy beyond books?
Well, the next thing is really having a signature speech. Because if you can just narrow down one message, like when I coach entrepreneurs, I help them to craft their, what I like to call, an infinite sales message. Because with one message, you can take that and then go to multiple platforms, whether it's people's Instagram and their podcasts or their physical stages or digital stages. And as you're sharing that signature speech, people are getting to know you, they're getting to like you, they're getting to trust you, they're being able to hear how you're able to help them. And as they move and they listen to you, then they want to engage more with you. And by really narrowing down and fine-tuning that signature speech, I believe that's one of the greatest assets that an entrepreneur can have. When you take everything away and you keep the signature speech, you can build back a lot of what people have built just on the back of a speech.
I hadn't heard it put that way before, but that's very insightful. That's kind of an expanded version of your elevator pitch, right?
For sure. It's
Yeah.
it's not just a pitch, it's like selling without selling, because you're able to share content frameworks, selling frameworks, and selling. It's not just storytelling, but story selling. And so one big thing that I teach my students is I teach them how to stop creating content as content creators and start creating content as content marketers, where you're overcoming people's objections in your frameworks, overcoming objections in your stories. That helps to create more buying emotions or desire for what you have to offer. Because the truth is, if you're an entrepreneur who's listening right now, there are hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people right now in the world who already want to buy what you have to offer, and they have the money in hands. But the problem is not finding the people to sell your stuff to. The problem is making yourself findable to those who already want what you have to offer. And I believe that platforms, both physical platforms and digital platforms, are one of the best ways to be able to attract clients and convert clients to paying customers through having a signature speech.
Well, I just got a phrase from you that I'm going to add to my top 10 list, and that's making yourself findable. That's an excellent way to get a very important concept across very succinctly. So, and I'm going to use that as an excellent way to wrap up this particular episode. So I thank you for that. And that is a wrap for another great guest deck. Let me try that again. It's always good to make mistakes while you're going live. That's a wrap. That's a wrap for another great guest episode of the Evolvepreneur Secrets Show. And if you like it, before you leave, give us a 5-star review. Maybe share it with a couple of friends. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any future episodes or catch up on some old ones, go to evolvepreneursecrets.show. And if you're an entrepreneur, you got a great idea, let's make yourself findable and get it out there today. Thanks.